Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this, the final episode of 10 years ago in the year 2010. We're going to be looking at Ecw Massacre on 34th Street tonight to round off the series nicely. Now, the last time we looked at ECW, it was Anarchy Rules in October, a show that I gave 6.5 out of 10. Interestingly, apparently the buy rate for this one was a 0.98. I don't believe that for 1 second, by the way, because every single buy rate that ECW ever got was way lower than that. You know, so like a 0.98, really? One thing that she needs to be mentioned on this one is that by this time, the ECW on TNN show had completely gone. So they only had the hardcore TV, you know, the syndicated show. What do you think of the t-shirt? I got it for Christmas. It's not, everyone knows I'm not the biggest Bret the Hell and Hart fan, but you know, free wrestling t-shirt, you can't complain with that. So, shall we get on with this one, shall we? In the opening contest, Christian York and Joey Matthews defeated Simon Swinger in an okay match. Star-and-a-half match, this one, you know. The thing with this one is, right, is that Dawn Marie comes out before the bell and she says that she needs a man. And she says that the winner of this team, that doesn't make sense, the winner of this match gets Dawn Marie's services. Bear that in mind. So, what can we say about this one? The bell goes, right, 14 minutes into this pay-per-view. I hate how ECW used to do this every single time. They'd have a pay-per-view at the start, and Joey Styles and Joel Gertner or whoever would have some banter, and then some more banter, and some more, and eventually you'd get to a match. This was no exception. Fucking hell. Anyway, nice double powerbomb on Swinger, followed by a double suplex on Simon. York gets beaten down, plays the face in peril. A sign in the crowd says, I'd rather watch paint dry. Interesting, that one, isn't it? Because that's how I feel about Gilmore's vids. Way! Oh, yes. How'd you like that one? 3 suplexes by Simon, but heel miscommunication means that York can get a hot tag to Matthews. He hits a suicide dive for an ECW champ. York follows it with a springboard puncher. Perfect inverted DDT by Simon on Matthews. He goes to suplex York, but York powerbombs him, and a Rana elbow combination gets the win. Then, and also, of course, that win gets them Dawn Marie. Dawn Marie gets in the ring and turns on them straight away and gets with Simon and Swinger, making the whole match completely pointless, losing it half a star straight away. 1.5 star match. What is the fucking point in putting a stipulation on this match when you're just going to do that? In fact, what's the point in this match at all? Why not just do an angle involving the two teams and Dawn Marie? Hey. Next, EZ Money. Sorry, he's EZ Money. I'm English, that's EZ. EZ Money. EZ Money defeats Mahoney in an okay match. Balls controls from the start but misses a charge. EZ then with a splash off the top and takes control but gets belly to back for 2. EZ, sorry, I'll go with EZ, it's easier. EZ bails and gets plantured, which is quite an impressive spot by Balls Mahoney, do you not think? Balls goes up again but misses a New Jersey Jam, which to you and me is a leg drop off the top rope. Easy hits a few moves, but then goes up top, gets crotched, suplex gets 2 for Balls, he goes for a sunset flip, but gets dropped for 2. Money goes for a swanton, but misses, suplex gets 2 for Balls, as does one by EZ. EZ then hits, he's got Chris Hamrick and Julio Dinero with him, and they both attack Boyles, enabling EZ to hit a money salt for the win. They both did quite nice aerial moves, to be fair, the heels did. And that gets the win, so I've given that one a 1.25. Balls Mahoney is one of those interesting ones. He's not the greatest wrestler, but he does stuff that just impresses you. You're like, where did that come from? Like I said, the plancher. You're like, how did you do that? Anyway, the heels then all bait on Balls, so Nova makes the save, and that leads to Nova defeating Julio Dinero in a crap match. Huge cross body onto the heels by Nova. He then hits a horrible looking Sledge-O-Matic. Hamrick hits a springboard missile drop kick. Sledge-O-Matic. I also don't know why I said that. Sledge-O-Matic. I don't know why I said that. What I just said. Anyway, Hamrick hits a springboard missile dropkick, enabling Dinero to hit a net breaker for 2. Moonsault gets 2 for Dinero, as does a leg sweep. I've got to say, before I go on here, every single spot that's happened in this match so far has looked awful. Just terrible. It's like these two have absolutely zero chemistry. None whatsoever. It really, really does that. It's either looked like it's been a botch, or it's just looked horrible completely. Nova hits a crap-looking Inseguro for 2. When I say it looks crap, yeah, remembering that an Inseguro is meant to hit the back of the head, this Inseguro hits him in the ass. That's what I mean by horrible-looking. Like, how can that look any worse? Sort of thing, you know? Dinero with a super kick, hatchet for 2. Hatchet to the head by Nova, who is attacked by Elektra. He hits a kryptonite crunch on Elektra, and that probably gets half a star. You know, maybe a quarter of a star for this match, because like I say, everything so far, you want to give it a decent rating, but there's been so many botches that you just think, fuck that, I ain't giving that nothing. But Kryptonite Crunch is one of my favourite moves, hits it on Electro, like, yes, boss. Awful edge up by Nova, who gets beats off all the heels until Mahoney comes back out, uses a chair on all of them. Nova hits the Swanton Bomb for the win. I'm going to give this one half a star, because I'm a really nice guy. There's botches everywhere. There's, well, and anything that, like, imagine a good move happens and you say that raises the bar to half a star. Yeah, the next move that happens, yeah, is a botch, triggered back down again. So everything, it's like up, down, down, up, down, down. And you end up with a half a star match. Nothing special at all. Next match is good though, as Danny Doring and Roadkill defeat Little Guido and Tony Marmaluke in a good match to win the ECW Tag Team titles. So, the deal with this one is, right, this is interesting, it just makes me smile, right, because if Danny Doring and Roadkill don't win this match, yeah, they will split up forever. Now, bear in mind what we've heard in the first match, you know, why the fuck should I give a flying fuck about the stipulation? I could tell you about a lot of things, there's a lot of good moves in this one, a lot of nice stuff, there's even some psychology, but I'm not going to tell you about 2 spots, alright? One of them is this. Oh man, this is such a fucking good one. Tony Marmaluke goes to do a splash on Roadkill, who's on the outside, yeah. Looks like he climbs to the top turnbuckle, dives off, looks like it's just missed splash. It's almost like in midair he's gone, ooh, actually I could do this. And grabs Roadkill by the head as he's coming down for the splash and turns it into a tornado DDT on the concrete. Amazing move. One of the best tornado DDTs I've ever seen. It was like a serious mark out moment. Damn, that was good. The other one in this that really makes you mark out makes you mark out, but it makes you go, ooh, at the same time. Also involves Tony Marmaluke. He's on the apron yet, and he gets pushed off, and he bounces face first off the top of the guardrail, and the metallic thunk that you hear, yeah, the ding that you hear as Marmaluke's head bounces off the top of the fucking guardrail. You're like, damn! Wow, it's horrible. A boogie bounce, boogie bomb, Bugsy bomb, I don't know, I can't read my writing, that gets the win. Anyway, it's a 3-star match, this one, decent length, and like I say, there's a tiny little bit of psychology as well, but like I say, why should I give a fuck about a stipulation after what they've done to us on the fucking opener of this next run? Okay, then the next one is an interesting match, because it gets a decent rating, but at the same time, I'm not a big fan of it, if that makes sense. So here we go, C.W. Anderson defeating Tommy Dreamer in a good match. This one is so very, very too long. It's 16 minutes, 47 seconds, too long. So, let's go through it, shall we? Because there's things in this one that I just... Yeah. So, C.W. Anderson spits in Tommy Dreamer's face and makes him mad, so he hits a neck breaker. They do some mat work with Dreamer working the shoulder of C.W. Anderson. Then he hits an arm breaker. So you're like, hang on a sec, there's going to be some psychology in this one. Like, ooh, makes Mark sit up a little bit. Dreamer gets him right, and then one of those moments of just like, yeah, right, wrestling, we all know that wrestling is about suspending your disbelief. We know it's not real, we know that it's fake, we know that they know the outcome, but there's certain things in wrestling that happen that makes me just go, what? Because they brawl on the outside of the brawling, whipped into the shoulder first into the guardrail. Nice psychology. C.W. Anderson picks up Tommy Dreamer and Atomic drops him bollocks first onto the guardrail. Do you know what Tommy Dreamer does? He blades! How unfucking God's name does that work? He gets hit bollock first onto some metal and feels the need to do a blade job there. The thing that makes it so much stupider is the next spot is Tommy Dreamer, C.W. Anderson sets up a chair in the ring rope chair, whips Dreamer into it, Dreamer goes face first into the chair. And you're like, But if he'd then gone to the floor, then done the blade job, everyone's happy because he's gone face first into a chair. But getting dropped bollock first onto metal and blading, I tell you something, I think Tommy Dreamer's been to the Jeff Jarrett school of blading, hasn't he? We all remember WCW, he got fucking bollock first onto the ring post and bladed. It's the same thing. It doesn't make sense. It's so dumb. It's ridiculous. And it really makes me smile. But then they redeem themselves. They redo a little bit as CW works the shoulder with a chair. They brawl in the crowd, including the suplex on the concrete. Back inside, CW continues to work the arm, including an arm bar and an arm DDT. Psychology, yes! I love it. Dreamer hits an atomic drop on a chair and an elbow. CW brings in a towel boy, which is weird. And then he sort of whips the towel. I don't know why there's a towel boy even there. Whips the towel boy into Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer reverses it though and hits a really nice tornado DDT for 2. Louis dangerously then comes out and hits Dreamer with his cell phone. CW with a DDT, and out comes Paul E dangerously to fucking get rid of it. So that's technically 3 interferences. Matt goes back down again a little bit, like, damn, don't need that many. Death by Driver gets 2 for Dreamer, a T-bone suplex gets 2 for CW. Dreamer puts CW in a tree of woe and drop kicks a chair into his face, then power drivers him. He then side-slams CW onto a folded table. CW no-sells it and hits Tommy Dreamer with a chair, and then suplexes Tommy Dreamer on the folded table for 2. I don't think I've ever seen that in a match before, you know. We've all seen table bumps, billions of them, yeah, but they left the table unfolded. So there was 2 bumps on the table, but it was completely folded up. I'm wondering, does that hurt more? I mean, the table breaks before, you know, it takes away some of the pain. It doesn't hurt as much if you get dropped on the table. Trust me, I know from experience, yeah. If you get chokeslammed onto the ground, it hurts. If you get chokeslammed onto the mat, it hurts. If you get chokeslammed through a table onto the mat, the table takes some of the bump away. It doesn't hurt as much, you know. But when the table's folded up, I have no experience of that, so I can't actually tell you. So yeah, suplex onto the folded table. The match is starting to feel, though, very long, because you're like, right, they keep doing these really good spots which should get the win, but at the same time it feels like it's starting to drag, like I say. Tommy Hawk, Tommy sets up a table but gets spine busted through it by CW for the win. This is what I'm going to say, right? It's 16 minutes and 47 seconds. Take off 3 minutes and it would have been rated higher than the 3 stars. The blood, I mean the blade blow bollocks thing, don't like that at all. But yeah, there was some really good psychology in this one here. Working the shoulder, both men worked the left shoulder. I love that. That made it good. 3-star match. Speaking of the next one isn't a 3-star match, it's a 2-star match. Rhino defeats Spike Dudley in an OK match to retain the TV title. My God, we get more psychologies from the very start. The first thing that Spike Dudley does is works the knee. Here's a basic guide to psychology, yeah? Rhino's finishing move is the gore. Spike Dudley takes out the knees. Rhino can't hit the gore. Way! It's as easy as that sometimes. It really is. Spike Dudley works over the knee. It's all good. They brawl on the outside, including some evil chair shots by Rhino that busts Spike open. Spike comes back with chairs of his own. They brought into the crowd, including a balcony dive by Spike Dudley, that when they eventually get inside, that gets 2. Acid drop is countered by Rhino in one of those lovely counters. It's really good, because you know the way that, imagine I'm Rhino, I'm being acid dropped, you know, Spike runs up and I hold him, you know, like in the atomic drop position almost, and he spins him round and he basically walks him, literally with Spike in, walks him across the ring and dumps him to a table on the outside. Great little moment, that. I like that a lot. Spear gets a Goldberg chant, which really makes me laugh. Spike tapes Rhino's leg to the rope and then chairs it, but then Rhino breaks free and chokes Spike out for the win. And you're like, that's an interesting finish. Didn't like that finish at all, you know. But yeah, there was some psychology in it. There was some nice stuff. But let me tell you, this match has been downgraded somewhat just because I really don't like Rhino. Rhino at this time does nothing for me. It takes another 3 or 4 months for Rhino to get a decent opinion out of me because, well, the next match that I remember Rhino's of being good is the match with Raven at Backlash 2001 in the Hardcore title match. That was a good match. This was me. Oh, and speaking of Rhino, at the end he spears a referee through the table just because he can. Match is a 2-star match in my opinion. Next. We got 2 to go, have we not? Yes, we have. Next, Tajiri and Mikey Whipwreck defeated Super Crazy and Kid Kash in the best match of the night by a long shot. It's a 3.5-star match. And here we go. So Kash is Super Crazy's mystery partner. We don't know that yet because it's just meant to be a mystery partner match. So Crazy comes out and he goes it alone. Predictable results, and then Kid Kash comes out to quite a big pop actually. And we get a really good wrestling sequence between Mikey and Kash, and then we get an even better one between Tajiri and Crazy. It'd take me probably 2 pages of notes to tell you everything that went down, but it was move, and really, really nice, crisp wrestling sequence. Always good. So then Crazy gets double teamed. Tajiri figure fours his legs, and Mikey hits a guillotine leg drop. The heels then drop kick some chairs into Crazy's head. Crazy comes back with an assay moonsault to the outside, which is beautiful. Kash follows that with air Kash. Amazing. Then inside, Kash hits a corkscrew senton to the heels, and the faces take over. ... Briefly, because the faces start getting double teamed pretty much straight away. Some nasty looking kicks by Tajiri. Well, there always are, aren't they? But you know, these are vicious. Kash hits a Michinoku driver. Mikey comes back with a whippersnapper off the top onto some chairs, which is just brutal, ridiculous spot. But he then follows that up by doing a whippersnapper off the apron through a table. Amazing. Absolutely superb. Triple jump moonsault by Crazy for 2. He tries to do double jump moonsault but gets shoved off the top by Tajiri. The crowd they've been loving this match to this point. They then go really, really quiet, which is very strange. Moonsault gets 2 for Crazy. After a brief pinning sequence, Tajiri locks on the tarantula, followed by the green mist of death. But one thing that really stands out for me about this match is it's scary how quiet the crowd have gone. They'll go from yay, literally that fast. They seem to be loving it, then they hate it. And the thing is, from that point, the crowd don't give a fuck about the rest of the show until the very, very, very end. The last thing they see, they mark out for. The rest of the show, they just don't care. It's really weird, really strange. Kid Kash ran as Mikey off the top through a table, getting a holy shit chant, and it's not a very large one at that, has to be said. Beautiful tornado DDT by Tarantula and some evil kicks. And then the finish comes here. He puts some chairs on top of Super Crazy. He then puts a table on top of those. He then goes up top, does a double stomp through the table, through the chairs for the win. Let me tell you about this one. It was too long for a start. It's 18 minutes. Long, yeah, way too long in my opinion. So take 4 minutes for that, yeah. Add some psychology into it, and you would have had a 4.5-star match. This had some great moments here, some really great wrestling. Like I say, 0, and I mean none psychology whatsoever. And like I say, in my opinion, I felt it was just a tiny little bit too long. And finally, Steve Corino defeating Just Incredible and Jerry Lynn in a nothing 3-way dance to retain the ECW title. So the crowd, like I say, are very, very dead from the very start, even from the introductions, everything. No one cares. Worryingly, I click on I'm watching this on my Xbox, yeah, and I click on to see how long's left. 30 minutes it says, and you're just like, oh no. After some really long matches tonight, this one threatened to go 30 minutes. In truth, it goes 22, and once again, way too long, and it feels too long. In the matches tonight, where I've said they felt too long, yet there's been some major league stalling going on. This one is no exception at all. So Lynn uses a cane, then goes out to Corino, hits a bulldog incredible for 2. Nothing of note happens whatsoever until they brawl on the outside. Credible is meant to be body dropped over into the crowd, yeah, but he lands knee first on one of the guardrails and sits there going fuck, and you're like, yep, that really wasn't meant to happen, was it? Back inside, Bum gets 2 for Credible, who gets a mic and starts taunting his opponents as he does moves on them, which is novel, you know, if nothing else. They do a slow, boring pinning sequence, which just feels like it goes on and on and on and on, so until a superb tornado DDT gets 2 for Lynn. As does a reverse DDT on Corino. That's Incredible, countered into a tombstone by Lynn for 2. Power driver on a chair by Lynn, but Francine gets in and starts sexily dancing with Jerry Lynn. Yay. That blocks a cover. That's Incredible, then eliminates Jerry Lynn. My screen says there's 15 minutes left of this match. I'm like, oh God, please just make this one end, because I just don't care. I so don't give a fuck about this main event. After the tag team match especially, I'm just like, please just make it end. Please. The crowd chanted for Sandman as the two guys who were left brawling outside, including Corino getting whipped into a ladder. Inside, Credible is drop toe hold onto a chair and he blades on camera. And a weird thing, yeah, he blades before Corino. How is that possible? I've been watching Steve Corino matches for a long time, and the deal is that he gets beat within a minute of the match. He gets busted open, doesn't he? With his fucking tracing paper thin skin. Oh no, this one, Justin Credible's blading first, and he's blading on camera, and that's irritating. Corino gets suplexed onto a ladder for 2, and then they brawl in the crowd again, and then go up onto the balcony where Corino gets caned off. It must be said that this is the second balcony bump of the show, and it looks awful compared to the one that Spike Dudley does, it must be said. But look, when Steve Corino arises from the dead, he's busted open! Hey! At last. Back in the ring, they exchange chops. Lots of chops. So many chops. That's Incredible gets 2, and Expulsion gets the win for Corino. Yes, boss. And the crowd, who've been completely quiet throughout this whole match, then start marking out and popping because the Sandman's music hits. He comes out, he canes Corino, he poses with the belt, he challenges Corino to a match. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much it. So, what can we say? It's a marked improvement from the, well, I'd say a marked improvement, but yeah, it's a 7, maybe a 7.5 out of 10. It's got 3 good matches on it, yeah? The rest are very average feeling matches. I mean, 1.5 star, half a star, main events 1.5 stars, you know, they're not anything special, nothing to write home about. Dear Mum, I watched this pay-per-view, it was alright, sort of thing, you know? So ladies and gentlemen, yeah, like I say, 7, you know, if you want to be nice, you'll give it 7.5, but me, I'm going to stick at 7. 7 out of 10. You know, I wouldn't say, you know, avoid it. You know, if you want to see those matches that I've given the 3, you know, stars to, yeah, they're ones to look out for. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for season 1 of 10 years ago. We've covered the year 2000 on pay-per-view for the WWF, and in some cases, you know, in ECW, it's been fun times for all, hasn't it? So, of course, season 2 will be covering the year 2001, and it all went a bit topsy-turvy, didn't we? Because, of course, you're going to get 3 pay-per-views in January, but then of course Guilty as Charged 2001 is ECW's last pay-per-view. Then we get 2 from the WWF and WCW in March, and I mean in February, sorry. WWF doesn't even bother putting a pay-per-view on in March because they're too busy concentrating on WrestleMania. So you get the 1 from WCW, and then that's it. The WWF, and that's it. So you'll get 1 episode of 10 years ago per month for the rest of the year. But let me know, you know, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because we've got the invasion storyline to look forward to. And an angle, incidentally, that I fucking hated. Yay! We can't wait for that one, can't we? I really hope you've enjoyed the series as much as I've enjoyed doing this one. I really, really do. I've been Mark P. Whatever you're doing for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, take care, be safe, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you in 2011. Take it easy, guys.